Hello, my dear children of class 11 science. Today we again do continue with the chapter that is second law of thermodynamics. So, in fact, this is the last chapter under unit number 8. Okay. Now, in today's class, we do continue with the topic Carnot ideal heat engine. So, this is the topic that you have learned till last class. Okay. So, as you know that every machine or as a device or like an engine has the efficiency. Okay, now heat engine, before this Carnot ideal heat engine you learn about heat engine also. So, but remember this part children, that whether it is the ideal machine or a practical machine, okay, or in case of your heat engine, whether it's a heat engine or ideal heat engine, the efficiency is always expressed by the symbol eta, and it is always measured by the relation or by the ratio between W by Q1. So I am writing the relation, and eta equals to W by what? Q1. Actually W is the net work done by the engine. W means the what? Work done by the engine. Work done by the what? Engine. And Q1 is the amount of what? Heat taken from the what? Source. Q1 is the what? Amount of heat taken from the source. And this source is always considered as a what body? Hot body, which is at what? Higher temperature. Okay. Now this particular relation we follow even for the ideal heat engine. That means for Carnot ideal what? Heat engine. But the derivation of this efficiency of Carnot ideal heat engine we are not going to discuss. Okay, I am not going to derive the expression, but I write directly the relation. But remember children that when Carnot prepare this machine, this engine called ideal heat engine, okay, he also took the body as a what body? Hot body. Okay, now hot body means basically a source, and the source he consider at a temperature T1. So source must be at what temperature? T1. Okay, and heat must be given by the source to the working substance, and that heat is what? Q1. Okay, and when source gives some amount of heat Q1 to the working substance at temperature T1, then that working substance will absorb some amount of heat from will absorb the heat to do some amount of work, and that work is given by W. So the remaining amount of heat is given to the what? Sink. And the remaining amount of heat which is given to the sink is always at temperature T2. The sink means also called cold body, always maintain at temperature T2. So sink, as I said, it is a what body? Cold body. Okay, always maintain a temperature T2. Source is always called as what body? Hot body, which always maintain a temperature T1. And basically these two temperatures are maintained as a constant temperature. Okay, but when a source gives some amount of heat to the working substance, okay, that then working substance give some amount of heat or reject some amount of heat to the sink, and that heat given to the sink is given at how much? Is how much? Q2. So Q2 is the amount of heat given to the sink by the working substance, and source absorb Q1 amount of heat. Okay, source gives Q1 amount of heat to the working substance, so that when some amount of heat is taken from the source by the working substance, and it gives remaining amount of heat to the sink, and that heat is Q2, then definitely this work which is done by the engine as a working substance is always given by Q1 minus what? Q2. Now this is the exactly we have done in case of heat engine also. So Carnot also made the same consideration. Okay, and this consideration which is done by Carnot is actually based on the cycle, as you have learned in the last class also, that is called Carnot cycle. Okay, in Carnot cycle has how many processes? 4 different processes: isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. Okay, so the working substance do work, net work, and that net work done by the working substance, okay, is equals to W equals to Q1 minus Q2. So with this the efficiency can be easily measured, but as I said, so I am not going to derive the whole expression and on. So I write directly the expression which is actually formed or derived by by Carnot itself. Now this expression which was derived by Carnot itself is also similar to the expression that you have already learned in case of heat engine. Okay, so the expression can be written from this efficiency of heat engine. Now you know what is eta? Eta means efficiency because of W by what? Q1. But W is also equals to Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. So even in this case also I'll split the LCM and I write down Q1 by Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. So Q1 cancel out. So I write down 1. This is 1 minus Q2 by what? Q1. So you can see the efficiency of a Carnot heat engine can also be written as eta equals to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, but as for the derivation which was made by Carnot itself, this Q2 and Q1 can even written in terms of T1 and T2. When we can write in terms of T1 and what? T2. So children, as per the relation which was expressed by Carnot itself, Q2 by Q1, the ratio of this heat, Q2 by Q1 is also expressed in terms of T2 by T1. See, again I repeat children, so I have not done the derivation part of this efficiency of Carnot ideal heat engine. So I am writing directly the relation, and the relation which was derived by Carnot itself is Q2 by Q1 is also equals to T2 by T1. So in this case, Carnot replaced this Q2 by Q1 in the expression of efficiency of ideal heat engine. So we can write eta equals to 1 minus, now Q2 by Q1 means I replace by what? T2 by T1. See, in the expression of efficiency, it is equals to what? 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So this Q2 by Q1 is also equals to T2 by T1. So efficiency is also measured as eta equals to 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay, T2 by what? T1. Now the most important part is that we can make some conclusion from this expression of efficiency also. Now if you look at this expression, even in Carnot heat engine, ideal heat engine, this efficiency is independent of the working substance. Is independent of the what substance? Working substance. So whatever nature the working substance we take, but efficiency depends only on the temperature between the source and the sink. That means the temperature between source and temperature of source and sink means what? One is source temperature is T1, sink temperature is what? T2. That means efficiency depends, from here I can write efficiency depends on the what? Absolute temperature. Okay, let me use the word absolute temperature of sink and source. Sink and what? Source. Sink at temperature T2, source at temperature T1. Okay, when this temperature changes, the efficiency will change. But you can see clearly that the sink, even in case of Carnot ideal heat engine, sink temperature, that is T2, is always less than T1. Sink temperature T2 is always less than what? T1. So if T2 is less than T1 means definitely your efficiency will be less than what? 100%. So this efficiency will be less than 100% when as T2 is less than what? T1. But if this efficiency to be how much percent? 100%. If this efficiency to be at what percent? 100%, this T2 must be equals to what? 0. See, if this T2, the temperature of the sink is 0, then the efficiency equals to 1, because this 0 by anything is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1, and you know efficiency 1 means also equals to how much percent? 100%. That means for engine, this particular engine to be 100% efficient, that is efficiency is 1, the T2 must be equals to 0. The temperature of the sink must be 0, since we cannot obtain a sink at absolute 0 temperature. The sink cannot be at absolute 0 temperature. That means an engine with 100% efficiency is a practical impossibility. Although Carnot also prepared this ideal heat engine, okay, but from this expression also we understand that the efficiency of ideal heat engine also is not 100%. It will be always less than 100%, which means for practical utility, okay, of this heat engine, the efficiency will not be 100%. That means there is no machine which has been ever designed which has 100% what efficiency. That is the reason that Carnot heat engine is not a practical possibility. It's not a what? Practical possibility. So this is the detailed explanation of the working or the efficiency, basically the efficiency of Carnot ideal heat engine. Okay. So we do some important numericals from this relation also, but in the other videos. Okay, YouTube video. Now in the next YouTube video, we learn one important device which works opposite to this heat engine, that is called refrigerator. Okay, and that you learn in the next YouTube video.